For the cheapest Madden coins available, check out my sponsor One Stop Mutt to start building that God Squad you've always wanted today. Use code WAZ to get 15% off your order. What is going on, boys? Wizard of Waz here with another Madden 21 video, and today we're going to be talking about the market a little bit because it's going to be changing a lot in the next few days. We're going to be getting a new promo more than likely, and that's going to shift it. And we need to talk about in general what the market's going to be doing throughout the year, especially on weekends and things like that. If you haven't played a lot of Ultimate Team in past years, or maybe you haven't always paid attention to the market on specific days during promos and things like that, we're going to go over what's probably going to happen. It's always probably, we never know for sure, but we're going to go over what's probably going to happen if we do get a new promo on Friday. I don't know how good the camera is on here, so I don't know if you can see or not, but my eyes are bloodshot as hell, so I do apologize for that. But I was up until like 5 a.m. last night playing and editing the first No Money Spent video. So go check that one out if you did miss it. Let me know what you think. Of course, we're going to do a lot of No Money Spent on this channel, and this kind of rolls into No Money Spent. It's not an official No Money Spent video. When we do those videos, it's going to be more like gameplay from here on out, or like really specific tips for No Money Spent guys, and when we make upgrades to the teams, and we're just going to go beat people up in Weekend League and all that fun stuff. But everything on the channel is going to kind of contribute to the No Money Spent, because that's going to be the grind for me pretty much all year long, is No Money Spent. I know a lot of y'all are that way too, or at least mostly No Money Spent and all that. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and talk about what we think is going to happen to the market, assuming we do get a promo on Friday. And the reason that a lot of people think we are going to get a promo, if you go to a couple of cards, I know Myles Garrett is like it, Lamar Jackson. If you go down here to their front art, they have this nothing to see here with a little smiley face. Very, very clever. EA, we have no idea what's going on. It's probably going to be new card art, which means guys like Lamar and a few others are probably going to get upgrades. It'll be like the Mutt Superstars more than likely, like from last year. Of course, they gave Mahomes that 90 overall. He was the best quarterback in the game for a while, so they're probably doing the same thing here. If somehow you didn't know, Friday is the worldwide launch, so it makes sense that they'll have a new promo coming out for everybody that's just jumping into the game. It is going to be crazy. It's going to be hectic. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. But let's think about this. So a ton of people are just getting the basic version of the game. A ton of people did not get EA access. They didn't pre-order the deluxe and the MVP edition. They're either going to buy the game tomorrow when it first comes out, or they just pre-ordered the standard edition, because a lot of people do that because they don't really understand the rewards and how good they are for Ultimate Team. But when that happens tomorrow, people are going to start opening packs. Like, people are going to be ripping packs like crazy tomorrow. I'm not even talking about a promo right now. I'm just talking about the game coming out tomorrow and what people are going to be doing when they first pick up the game. What's one of the first things a lot of people did is they go and they spend some money on bundles and all that because they're a good value. So when people get all these cards, they get all these Patrick Mahomes power-ups, the actual Patrick Mahomes, multiple Tyreek Hills. They don't need all of them, so they sell. It's going to flood the market with a lot of cards. Like, think about how flooded the market has been with these Patrick Mahomes power-ups already, and multiply that by 10, because more than that. There's going to be a ton of people on, and they're going to be opening packs and getting a lot of these cards. It probably won't be that many Patrick Mahomes, actually, because these people won't be getting a ton of the gold fantasy packs, but there's still going to be a lot. In general, the market's going to be flooded. More than likely, the market is going to drop a little bit. But in addition to that, we will also more than likely be getting a new promo, like whether it's Superstars or whatever they want to call it this year. We'll probably be getting some sort of new promo, and promos tend to drop the market as well because we get better cards, so the old cards aren't worth as much anymore, or at least like at first glance. So let's say Tyreek Hill is the most expensive wide receiver in the game right now because he has 90 speed. That's pretty much the only reason that he's as expensive as he is. He's a good wide receiver all around, but it's pretty much the speed. But let's assume this probably won't happen, but let's just assume we get another wide receiver tomorrow with an upgrade that's not Tyreek Hill that has 90 speed. Now that's going to cause Tyreek Hill to lose a ton of value, so that would cause his card to drop. It's going to cause every other wide receiver to drop in value because they're just not as rare anymore. There's more cards on the auction house. The older cards aren't as valuable because their stats are inferior. That's what happens with every promo where we get actual better players. We get crap like flashbacks and all that when it's not better players. They don't really affect it as much. They do put some extra cards on the auction house, but they don't really affect the entire market. But if we get an actual good promo with good cards, then it will tank the market at least for a little bit. And then finally, we have an actual perfect storm of 3 different things tomorrow. Is the game getting released worldwide, potentially another promo. Maybe by the time this video comes out, they've already announced the promo. I don't know. I'm recording it the night before, obviously, so I'm not sure. Maybe they'll say something today or tomorrow, which is Thursday. Today for y'all for Thursday. But the other thing is that it's going to be the weekend, and traditionally in Madden Ultimate Team during the weekend the market does drop in general. A lot of that has to do with legends and people playing Weekend League, and a lot more people are active, and it floods the market because more people are playing. People are wanting to sell, build up their coin set because they actually have time to play the game. It's just logical, right? People can't play as much Monday through Thursday as they can Friday through Sunday, so when more people are playing, it floods the market a little bit because there's more people trying to snipe, which makes it harder to get snipes. More people people undercutting to sell their cards. It just makes sense. So the market's going to dip threefold tomorrow, potentially. All right, this isn't always a guarantee, like I always say in Madden Ultimate Team, and I'm going to say this in pretty much all these videos, because if someone just stumbles in here who's never seen any of my videos, I don't want to. I know I sound like a broken record a lot of times, but I don't want someone to come in and be like, "Oh, you didn't say this." I'm going to say it in every video. It's never guaranteed. None of this stuff is ever guaranteed with the market. You never know 100% how people are going to react. Maybe we get a promo tomorrow and all the cards just absolutely suck and it doesn't change the market, and the market actually goes up because people were anticipating it to drop and it didn't because the cards sucked, so it actually goes up. You never know 100%. More than likely, though, it is going to drop. So we're going to talk about what we can do during the potential market crash that's going to be coming tomorrow, Saturday, and lasting through Sunday until like Monday afternoon or so. So in general, yeah, you can invest in cards, you can buy up cheap elites and all that stuff. Let's go ahead. I want to go on the auction house and look at some of the prices, because there's a specific thing that I do want to look at right now. But just in general, you can go and look at some of the cards. Again, this is Wednesday evening, I'm sorry, that I'm recording this. So looking at the 80 to 81s, they're actually like 12, 13,000 right now, so they're actually getting pretty expensive. If you see these cards tank in value, if they drop to like 7 or even 6,000, that's potentially a good investment there, because that means that market's tanked almost in half. Probably won't tank quite that hard, but you never know. Hopefully we get the Madden mobile app, so if you're not on your console like me, I work during the day, I'll be monitoring on my phone. You can always pick up cards like this, but I want to look at the 80 to 81s and then 77 to 79 specifically. And some of y'all might know where I'm going with this, but I want to talk about these cards in particular. Right now they are very expensive, and there was a coin method that was kind of making the rounds the past couple of days, and there's a reason I didn't post it, and I'll go over that here. But for this, basically it's a set that you have to complete, and you have to put in 6 77 to 79s and 2 80 to 82. So obviously you need to go and snipe some 80 to 82s, unless you have some Nats on your team, then of course that. But for our purposes, we're just going to pretend that we have, like, let's say 100,000 coins, and we have no cards at all to go into sets or anything, and we want to turn that 100,000 coins into 150,000 coins. So this method, of course, involved going and sniping 80s for as cheap as possible, and then 77s for as cheap as possible. But right now, 80s are very, very expensive, looking at like 12, 13,000. That's way too much. I want to go look at the 77s. They're probably too expensive as well. So I made some notes earlier today. Mutthead was showing it a lot cheaper when I was at work, and Mutthead always lags behind a little bit, but it was showing 80s at like 8,000, so they've obviously gone up a good bit. And it was showing 77s at like 4,000, and I'm pretty sure I checked just before this video, and I think 77s are more like 8K or no 7K or so. I'm gonna try and find one. If I miss one, see, Mahomes is still pretty cheap here. There's a 77 for 8,000. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some cheaper. Obviously, guys, if you are actually trying to go and get 77s, don't do what I'm doing here. I'm just looking for a basis. Go sniping and all that stuff. Let's see if we can find a 77 here with the Bengals or the Bears to prove my point. Yeah, 4,200. So, I mean, you can find cheaper ones. Then you got even that's actually not bad there. A Tariq Cohen for 4,000. So you can buy these cards. You can get good snipes and all that. You're probably going to have a hard time getting the 80s. But let's go look at the set really quick. And then I want to talk about how we can potentially use this dead coin method and revive it during this market crash. So let's go to the sets here. And it's the team builders. I don't remember if I said that or not. But you go to the team builders, and it's one set, and it is repeatable. God, it takes forever to open now. And the reason that I didn't put this out is because if you look at it here, it is repeatable and everything, and you can see the 280 to 82 overall players you got to put in there, and the 677 to 79s. But at the bottom right of the card that you get there, the 84 overall team builder, it shows Nat. And I don't believe it shows Nat in the description anymore, and I think it did. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if EA is planning on making this Nat or making it not, because people were making a lot of coins off of this, and I wasn't able to make a video in time before they went and slapped this Nat on here, and I didn't want to put a video up that was just, okay, here's a method that worked yesterday, yay. No, I want to put up methods that are valid for you all right here and now. But the weird thing is, it's not Nat. The card that you get is not Nat. So you can still complete this set and get an 84 overall team builder, and you can do it for pretty cheap. It's not bad. Some of these guys sell for like 60,000, some are like 70,000. If the market's actually inflating, we can go take a look at them here in just a minute. But this was a good set to complete. If you could complete it for under 50,000 and you could sell your card for 6,000, that's like what, a 4,000 coin profit. So not bad, assuming that the menus are actually moving pretty quick right now. And I do want to make a quick note on the menus moving a little bit quicker for me. Y'all can actually see they're not bad just navigating around. I did see this on Reddit where someone said if you don't go to your team management, like if you don't go to your lineup and all that, everything actually works pretty well. But the second you go to your lineup, it screws up everything. You basically have to restart the game to get it back to normal. It's working pretty well for me, so y'all let me know if that's worked for y'all But let's go ahead and take a look at the team builders here. So obviously some of them are going to be a little cheaper, but I want to see some that, I mean, 50, they're not terribly expensive, I'm going to be honest with you. So this is not a good method right now, but we're not talking about it right now. We're talking about potentially reviving this method during a market crash. So why could we potentially revive this during a market crash? Well, if we go to the 80 and 81s overall and we have a crash, okay, these could easily drop to 7,000 or 8,000 coins during this crash, and maybe you could even snipe that. This is their base price at 12,000. They could drop even lower if you're sniping them well, you're doing that, and you're on your game and doing everything really quickly. But if you can get some of these cards for cheap, then you can build those team builders for cheaper, obviously. Now, with the market crashing, the team builders will be dropping in value. The actual 84s that you can turn around and sell will drop in value. So like if they're selling for 55,000 right now, during a market crash, they might only sell for 45. What you can do though is do a little bit of like a swing trade, which is like just a couple of days. You basically, you build the cards, or you get all the elites and all the golds and everything that you need to build the cards, and then you build them, or you build them after the market rebounds, which is going to be Monday afternoon to Tuesday. Somewhere around in there is when the market recovers, because all the adults go back to work, nobody can play as much, the market is not as saturated. That's when everybody sells their cards, because it becomes a buyer's market. So when we have a buyer's market, that is your time to strike and sell your cards. Then that's when they're going to be selling at their highest. So the hope here, and what we're thinking is going to happen, and again, no guarantees here, this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. We're going to have a pretty significant tank in prices tomorrow. I'm thinking 80s are going to be going for about 7,000 to 8,000 in that range pretty consistently. So you can scoop up a bunch of 80s, you can scoop up a bunch of 77s, and then you can either build some team affinity players that you actually want to use. You can use them in weekend league and all that, and you get them for super cheap, or you can hold off. I wouldn't pick them. Don't pick the most valuable ones then, and then try to sell them on Monday and Tuesday. Wait until Monday and Tuesday, then see which ones are selling for the most. You can either use the auction house, or you can go on Mutt-Head, because Mutt-Head, it's a little bit easier to see which are the most expensive. It is delayed by several hours, but it's still kind of a useful tool. Just always go check it on the auction house as well. But I would wait until Tuesday to go and complete the sets and pick which team builders you want, and then sell them. So if I'm right and you're able to buy 80s and 81s and everything for about 8,000, so let's say we get two 80s for 8,000 coins, that's 16,000, and then you're able to get 77s for about 4,000, 5,000, we'll say 4,000 coins. If we saw one that was 4,000 coins, so that's not even, it might even drop lower than that. You go and pick up 6 of those, that will say at 4,000, that's 24,000 coins, plus the 16 for the two 80s, that's 40,000 coins. If the market recovers to where it is now, let's say you can sell those team builders for 55,000. You just built all of these for about 40,000 coins. You sell them for 55 after tax. That's about 50,000 coins. You're making about 10,000 coin profits. Now, realistically, the market will probably not recover to where it is right now, because we do have better cards in the game from the promo, all that stuff. So it will be a little bit lower, but you still should be able to sell these team builders for about 50,000 or so. Worst case scenario, you should be able to get about 5,000 profit. Now, if the market behaves the way that I expect it to, I am going to be doing this on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you want to do it as well, do it at your own risk, guys. Don't ever don't take my word for it. Look at the market. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. That's totally fine. We can disagree. We can discuss it. Jump in the Discord if you really want to talk more in depth. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to do in the YouTube comments, but that link for the Discord is always down in the description, so feel free to join up at any time. But what I really wanted to hammer home in this video is that promos are a prime time to make coins, because everything is going haywire. You just have to see the patterns and see if it's behaving the way that it normally does. And if it is, that's how you know you can make coins, because what it normally does is a dip in the market, and then it usually bounces back up. It doesn't always bounce back up. I can't remember which promo it was in Madden 20. There was a promo where the market just tanked. It tanked hard. Like, it was like 20% of where it was, but maybe not that. It tanked pretty dang hard, and then it never really recovered, like even to like 80% of what it was before, and everyone lost coins. And it's totally valid. It could happen. The market could tank and stay down. More than likely, it's not going to happen this early in Madden 21, because if it does tank and it looks like it's staying down, EA will do something to fix it. They don't want the value of training to be super cheap right now, which, speaking of, once we get the Madden 21 mobile app, I am going to be updating the spreadsheet very consistently, and I'll make a video going over the spreadsheet that me and the Midnight Hayabusa update throughout the year, and that gives you good sniping values, training values, quick sell values, all that good stuff. It's really, really helpful. I'll make a video going over that at some point, but until then, until the Madden mobile app comes out, I can't can't update it consistently enough for you guys. But let me know what you guys think about my thoughts on what I think the market is going to do this first weekend, and then just every weekend after in general, but also specifically for the promo. Again, whether it's MUT Superstars, they'll probably call it something. It might not be called MUT Superstars, but it might essentially be the same thing. And if there is a promo, like I said, you could just go and invest cards. If the 80s drop to 7,000, you can go and buy them up and then sell them all back when they get back. Or you could take advantage of all the cards being cheaper and go and put them in those team builder sets, which you're going to want to do this quickly because people will realize that team builders might be a potential profit. So you want to be one of the first people on there. That's a little bit of the risk of making coins, making big stacks of coins. Sometimes you do have to be the first group of people to really get in there before they kind of lose their value, before 80s and 77s start going back up in value. But let me know if y'all think that's going to be a valid method. I really think it is. I think it's going to be a great time for us to potentially make coins. And specifically for all my no money spent guys, hopefully we'll be getting some challenges where maybe we'll get a Nat player and all that stuff, and that's great. And the people that are not no money spent, hopefully it's like an 87 or something that you can throw on your team, and that'd be dope. It'd be awesome to get an 87 Nat player. But anyway, guys, I am tired as hell. I'm sorry the energy is not super high in this video, but if y'all couldn't tell, I'm very, very tired. So I'm going to go play a little bit of Madden and then go hit the hay and recover and get ready for this weekend because it's going to be a grind. And don't forget, guys, if you have been watching my channel, you've been enjoying my videos and all my content, don't forget to subscribe. Leave a like on this video if you think this one's going to be useful in helping you make coins. But anyway, guys, get ready for our potential first big promo weekend as long as EA doesn't screw us. Don't think they're going to. I think we're going to be getting something pretty big on Friday. And as always, I hope y'all enjoyed that video, and I will see y'all in the next one.